Mike Ganter along with Frank Ziccarelli. Win number 53 in the books tonight, Frank. Really an easy one over an Indiana team that you would think would have been more desperate than they were.
Yeah, it was almost too easy, Mike. I'm not sure whether the boys from Indiana spent too much downtown in Toronto, and I'm sure some of the bars have been duly compensated. The Raptors sure were. I mean, it was seriously, it was terrible. Just look at the numbers. They gave up 61 second-half points, and usually on a night like tonight where you should be desperate, trying to solidify that number 7 seed and potentially play Toronto. Now they're in that 8 seed.
Yeah, I mean,
and they've got that inevitable task of perhaps playing the mighty Cleveland Cavs.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, you know, Coach Frank Vogel, we talked with him before the game, and he was talking about, you know, we're a desperate team. We can't even talk about playoffs. We haven't made the playoffs yet. They could still fall right out. I mean, or I guess they couldn't fall right out. I think they're solidified in 8th at least. But I mean, like you said,
they have to implode.
Yeah,
because the Bulls aren't exactly the 95 Chicago Bulls team.
No. I mean, good night for the kids. I mean, Norman Powell, DeLon Wright. I mean, Norman goes off with a career high 27, and DeLon 19.2. I mean, it's to the point now where you don't even think of Norman Powell as a rookie anymore.
Yeah, I think the question that's got to be asked is whether Coach Casey has confidence in the kids come playoff time.
Yeah.
If they play him, when he plays them. But you're right, tonight both DeLon, Norman, tremendous. They looked like they were seasoned vets. They attacked the rim. Norman had 3 turnovers in the first half. Second half, 0. Yeah. I'm just curious to see what Dwayne does.
Yeah, I think that decision is going to kind of get made for him one way or the other. I mean, it's going to come down to DeMarre Carroll. I mean, how many can he get it ramped up enough that he can give him 15, 20 minutes a game? And if he can't, then really you're pretty much forced to go to Norman. And then, like I said, I'm not sure that's a bad thing, because he's taken on all the challenges. He's come back. He's scoring. He's defending. He knows he's got to be the defender first. I mean, he's never going to get that messed up because Casey won't let him. So they're just, you know, they're in a decent spot. I mean, I obviously they're still better if DeMarre Carroll comes through, gets healthy, gets in rhythm, and is like a primetime contributor come playoff time. But Norman Powell's a nice sort of second unit to have there.
Yeah, it was a quite impressive night. And Corey Joseph,
yes,
looked like Hannibal Lecter with that mask. He played very well, actually.
Yeah, that was courtesy of Jonas Valanciunas. Apparently, he hit him with the wrist. I thought it was an elbow when we were in Atlanta on Wednesday night, but he caught him with his wrist as he was falling back, and there's a small fracture in his nose. So Corey's going to be wearing that mask for a little while. But, you know, he did, unlike Hedo Turkoglu and even Patrick Patterson, the only guys I can remember wearing a mask before him, he didn't seem to have any problems with it. So
yeah, actually, I think the Indiana Pacers need a slap in their face or broken nose. Seriously, I was surprised, Mike. Seriously,
I know.
There was no fight. It was capitulation at its finest.
Yeah. And on that note, Frank, we'll end it here. For Frank Ziccarelli, I'm Mike Ganter for Post Media at the ACC.